Well, during the sentencing phase of Mr. Torres' trial, one of the witnesses, one of his former stepchildren, leapt out of the witness chair and tried to attack the defendant in court. He was restrained and taken out of the courtroom, and court recessed at that time.
Okay.
No, I've never seen anything like this happen. Things like this have happened across the country, but certainly it's rare for anything like this to happen. It was a shock, I think, to everybody in the courtroom.
So what happens now?
Well, so the judge has issued a ruling and declared the defense made a motion for a mistrial. We opposed it and asked the court to admonish the jury simply to ignore the conduct they saw and not let it be part of their decision. Judge Karen decided to grant the defense motion for mistrial over our objection, as is his right, and order a new trial. And now we are considering whether that new trial will be simply at the sentencing phase or at the guilt and the sentencing phase. And so on March the 19th, we'll have arguments as to that. You know, my focus is always on the victim, Isaiah. This case has always been about justice for him. Obviously, it's hard on the surviving children who have to testify, who have to go through this. I'm always conscious of calling children as witnesses, now potentially for the third time. So, look, no one planned today happening. Sometimes things happen, you have to adjust to them, and we'll have to do that as well. So, always the decision is going to be based on what I think the just outcome is in the case, based on the facts and the evidence.
And Nathan,
I know it's been soon, but does the third trial make you think about entering into plea negotiations or anything like that?
Well, listen, I never make a decision in haste after something like this happens. You know, clearly one of the things we always do is let decisions be driven by victims and their wishes as much as can be done. Ultimately, the decision of whether to try the case again or not is mine, but certainly we're going to consult with victims as to their wishes going forward. We're asking a lot of them. We're asking a lot of the victims to come here a third time, and I'm conscious of that. So, you know, we'll just cross that bridge when we get there.
And would you call Mr. Morton as a witness again, or
Who?
The witness that jumped?
I don't know. We'd have to decide that. I think Mr. Martin was, he frankly was heartbroken about it. And look, you know, it's a hard thing for him, and I certainly cannot blame him for doing it. There is, listen, there's what we can do for justice in this life, and there's perfect justice in the next. And so for cases that involve crimes of this nature, true justice, no matter what the outcome is, always comes in the next life. And so that's what you got to trust in, is that there's a purpose behind everything happening. And I've always encouraged victims and their families to never base their own feelings by either what a defendant says or what happens to them, because the truth is the truth, and they know what happened to them. And so my wish and my hope for them is that no matter what happens after this, that they will be able to move on and have successful lives. And that's the best thing that can be done. It's obvious that, I mean, look, it's a disappointment. There's no question about that. Because again, I think that the evidence we presented was good. I thought the case was tried very well. And you know, we got a conviction, and I felt like sentencing was going to go well.